My name is TheGameBase with Galaxy 2, and Mario can change his race from a man to a boo. He can do much more than that, and Bubba's looking fat. Finding someone who hates this game is rarer than that. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is the highly regarded sequel to the original Super Mario Galaxy, which I just gave a 10 out of 10 in my first review. I haven't played this game since its release. Every time I get a Super Mario Galaxy itch, I always seem to go back to the first one, so I knew going in this was going to be a very interesting playthrough. There is so much debate online as to which of the two Mario Galaxy games are better. So naturally, in this review, I'm going to be comparing basically every single aspect of these two games. But anyway, let's see if Super Mario Galaxy 2 can live up to the critical acclaim that it gets throughout the entire gaming community. In the original Super Mario Galaxy, it would sometimes feel like galaxies would slightly overstay their welcome. 6 stars was just a little much for some of these worlds. It's the kind of thing that you wouldn't even notice if you didn't play these two games back to back, and it's the kind of thing I had never noticed until this little Mario Galaxy marathon that I went on. But Super Mario Galaxy 2 does a fantastic job at improving the pace of the game. For the most part, you're gonna be doing 2 stars per level, and then coming back for either a prankster comment or a secret star. It makes the galaxies feel so much more fresh, and constantly changing scenery due to finishing levels faster really improves the entire experience. I also love what they did with the color in the scenery of the game. The first game is really dark. They really go all in on the space theme, but this game is really colorful and what you would expect from a Mario game. Along with the faster paced gameplay and more colorful visuals, Super Mario Galaxy 2 also adds a bunch of quality of life improvements over the original. One that I really appreciate is the fact that the game saves automatically after every time you finish a level. Now this may sound like a small change, but it's so nice coming off of the original Mario Galaxy and not having to point your Wii Remote at the screen and hit save after every level. It's just so nice. I know it's a small change, but it really is the little things in a sequel like this. The game also addresses my biggest issue with the original game, which is that there's no reward for exploration. In the original Mario Galaxy, you would be rewarded with basically just 1-ups for doing extra little tasks or exploring the world. But Super Mario Galaxy 2 addresses this by adding a collectible in the form of comet medals. It really makes the player check around every nook and cranny up until the point that they find the comet medal, and they're not hidden annoyingly or unfairly either. In fact, you're basically never going to miss a comet medal as long as you're looking out for them. I also like that it makes the prankster comets feel less random. In the original game, these comets would appear basically randomly, and you really wouldn't know when they appeared unless you went and looked at the map in the middle of the comet observatory. In this game, you know there's going to be one in the world because you have the comet medal, and when it appears, the game gives you a little cutscene to let you know, just in case you want to go ahead and take it on right now. They also added Yoshi to the game, which is pretty neat. However, they don't do anything crazy with him. In fact, I think he's a little underutilized. Yoshi was a huge part of the marketing for this game, and his inclusion is super cool, but I couldn't help wanting a little more out of my favorite green dinosaur. Galaxy 2 also has a slightly weaker selection of bosses than the first game, but it's a pretty tough act to follow, so it's hard to blame it for that. There's also a boss rush in the special world with all of the best bosses from the original game, so it's hard to miss them too much. I'll tell you though, one of the new bosses, Fiery Gobblegut, was a bitch. Come on! Oh my god, Quinn, no! As a whole, I think Super Mario Galaxy's core gameplay is even better than the original game. The quality of life improvements along with the pace of the game really makes this feel like an upgrade from the first game. Alright, let's talk about the big boy, the thing that really sets these two games apart from each other, which is the world and the story. Let's start with the most glaring debate. Which is better, the Comet Observatory or the Starship Mario? And my answer is... Both. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but let me explain. In terms of functionality, Starship Mario destroys the Comet Observatory. Having one centralized area with a world map where you can select between any galaxy makes Starship Mario a dream to navigate compared to the Comet Observatory. Running around from dome to dome in the original game was just annoying, especially at the end of the game when you were searching for those leftover prankster comets. In the Starship Mario, you get out of a level, long jump into the steering wheel, bang, and you're right back into it. It's a major improvement functionality-wise. However, Starship Mario isn't better than the Comet Observatory in every way. In terms of aesthetic, the Comet Observatory destroys the Starship Mario. It's this beautiful and mysterious space station inhabited by Rosalina, an absolute queen, and her Lumas. In Galaxy 2, the goddess Rosalina, the greatest Mario character of all time, is replaced by this fat fuck. I hate Lubba. I'm just gonna say it. He's a nothing character with an annoying personality and an annoying design. And to think he has the audacity to try and replace Rosalina as the leader of this game's hub world is absolutely sickening to me. Rosalina's storybook is beautiful. I dedicated an entire section of my review of Galaxy 1 to it. Where's your storybook, Lubba? Oh wait, you don't have one because you suck. This leads me to a larger point that the story is where Galaxy 2 loses the most points to the original game. There are arguments to be made that most other aspects of this game are better than Galaxy 1, but Galaxy 2's story is non-existent. I get that the story isn't necessary for this kind of game, but Rosalina's storybook really made the first game feel special to me. I think the fact that Galaxy 2's story is so generic really gives credence to the idea that it's just an expansion that I see floating around all the time. In my perfect world, I would have Rosalina as the leader of the hub. I would have the aesthetic of the Comet Observatory and the functionality of the Starship Mario. But most importantly, I would have no Lubba. Alright, this is where the review is going to get really interesting. Let me just say, I've reviewed the entire game up to this point as if the post-game did not exist, and without the post-game, this easily would have been a 10 out of 10. But unfortunately, for Super Mario Galaxy 2's score, there is a post-game in the form of the green stars. The green stars are horrible. They're awful. I can't believe that that's not a popular opinion. I've seen that opinion floating around a little bit, but as I said, I've not played this game since it came out, so I had no opinion on it. But after playing through the entire game 100%, oh my gosh, it's really bad. So let me set this up. After you get all 120 stars in Super Mario Galaxy 2, 120 more stars appear in all of the galaxies that you've already explored. One green star for every yellow star that you collected throughout the game. At first glance, this sounds awesome. It's more Super Mario Galaxy 2. How could that not be amazing? But the way that these stars are hidden is awful, and the fact that it sends you out of the level after collecting every single time like normal makes this a nightmare to play through. Let me take you through what it's typically gonna be like collecting all 3 green stars in a galaxy. You're gonna fly into the galaxy and then get your first green star probably about 30 or 40 seconds into the level. But then once you get the star, you have to watch the star cutscene. You have to fly back to the Starship Mario. You gotta save, you gotta go back into the level select screen, gotta select the galaxy again, prankster comment available, and then fly back into the galaxy, get back to the level, and then walk a little bit further into the same level that you already walked through to get the first green star, and then get the second green star slightly further in the level than you went last time. And it wouldn't be that bad if you didn't have to replay the same section of the levels that you've already played, which the game makes you do. You basically walk past the green star that you already collected and go a little bit deeper in the level in order to collect the second green star. And a really terrible part is the third green star a lot of the time is literally right next to the actual star that you already collected in this level. It's basically an excuse to replay this level that you've already played before, and It's fun to play Mario Galaxy again, but I hate the way that it's set up. Basically, the way I see it, you go through about a third of the level, get your first green star, get sent back to the Starship Mario, watch the minute-long cutscenes, get back in the level, go through about 2/3 of the level this time, which you've already been through the first third, so you're doing that for the second time, get sent back out again, go back to the Starship Mario, watch the minute-long cutscene, then come back in the level, and then complete the entire thing, including the 2/3 of the level that you've now already completed twice. It is horrible and it is agonizing to play. These stars add nothing to these levels. There's some exceptions, of course. There are a couple of cool ones that really make you push the boundaries of the level, but they are few and far between, and they are not worth going through the same level 3 times in order to get all of the green stars. And not to mention, this level you're going through 3 times, you've already played in the main game. It's bad. It really is, and I hate that it's bad, because going into the green stars, I kind of had a feeling. I was like, I've seen some people not like these things, and I don't really remember them too well. I didn't think I was gonna love them, but I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I really didn't. It's not even close to good. To call it good would be a lie. It would be just a blatant, complete lie. It's bad. It's not just it's not great. No. It's bad. It is genuinely really bad. I've played these 2 Mario Galaxy games back to back, and the green stars are the least amount of fun I've had playing these games. And it's not close, not even close to being close. Some people might say, well, Austin, if you don't like playing the levels again for the green stars, why didn't you count the original game against that for making you play through all of the levels again as Luigi in order to get the 121st star? For me, Super Luigi Galaxy in the original game is a fantastic addition. It adds replay value, and it makes you want to replay an already fantastic game. That 121st star is a nothing star. You just walk through Peach's castle, get the 100 coins, and get the star. It's nothing special. It's just a, hey, you completed the game as Mario and Luigi. That's really cool. It's really insignificant, and also I would just rather replay all of the levels than replay them one section at a time and get kicked out between every single section, having to replay the section that I've already replayed every single galaxy. It's so annoying. I'm telling you, it really makes you appreciate the fact that Super Mario Odyssey doesn't kick you out of a level, because the green stars really could have used that. And I'm telling you, if they didn't kick you out of the level, the green stars wouldn't be nearly as bad. They still wouldn't be great, but they would be like decent at that point. They would be pretty okay. But as it stands right now, it's not good. It really isn't, and I hate to say that, and I know I'm gonna get hate for it, and I wanted this to be an overwhelmingly positive review, and like I said, without the green stars in mind, this game is better than Galaxy 1. I remember when I was playing through the main game, I was like, oh my god, this is better. Like, I'm gonna have to give 2 10 out of 10s in a row because it genuinely improves upon the original game in almost every way. After you get the 120 green stars, once you've been through that painstaking, terrible experience, you unlock Grandmaster Galaxy, which is an amazing reward. This is one of the greatest and most difficult levels in all of Mario. Does it make the green stars worth it? No, I would pass on Grandmaster Galaxy before I would do this again. But I will say the fact that the reward for getting them is so awesome makes them that much more agonizing, because you really feel like you should do them. The reward for beating Super Luigi Galaxy is like, hey, you did it. You beat the game as Mario and Luigi. Here's a star for it. Congratulations. But this reward is like the best Mario level ever. And also the fact that the green stars are an entire half of the game. There are just as many green stars as there are regular stars, which is really frustrating, and I just can't believe how much I didn't like it. Super Mario Galaxy 2 improves upon the original game in basically every single way. There are tons of quality of life improvements, and the graphics look amazing with the new added color to the game. The pace is better, the power-ups are better, everything except for Lubba is better. Unfortunately, the game is really weighed down by the terrible post-game that is the green stars. Even with the post-game in mind, it's hard to deny that Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a worthy sequel to the original game. I give Super Mario Galaxy 2 a 9 out of 10 with the title of amazing. Listen, you don't have to collect the green stars, and if you don't, I think this may be the greatest 3D Mario ever created. I still gave it a 9 out of 10 despite the terrible post-game because the regular game is just that good. It makes you kind of want a Galaxy 3, but, you know, maybe it'll happen one day, maybe it won't. We know for sure almost that we're getting a remake of these two games, which is really exciting. But anyway, that's gonna do it for my review of this game. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. It was a ton of fun to make, and it was a ton of fun to play. My next review is gonna be over Super Paper Mario. I'm actually doing a live stream of that game right now. I'm a little bit into it probably by the time this review goes up, so be sure to come and watch and be sure to get excited for that review. It's a very interesting game in the Paper Mario series. It's not one of the hated ones like Color Splash and Sticker Star, but it's not one of the beloved ones like the original in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. It's gonna be really interesting to see what I think about it. But anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.